Good morning, Semmes Co. I'm Jessica Steely with Semmes Co. Builders. We've been building custom homes in SoCal County since 1978, and this topic is definitely impressive here and not a new one. I want to speak first about what we can do for our defensible space. So you've probably all heard this in different capacity over the years. And if we start by looking at zone 0, which is the space immediately surrounding your home, there's a handful of things that you can really do to prevent your home from catching in a wild or urban fire. You may be aware that most home fires from the exterior start from floating embers. So we're trying to reduce the amount of fuel that you're going to find around the home. Most importantly, you want to keep your gutters and roof clean. I know, not a super enjoyable task, but there are a lot of services available for us to be able to have this happen throughout our home. The landscape, we want to really avoid planting plants that have a high wax or oil content. So juniper, cypress, rosemary, one of my favorites. We don't want to have that immediately around the home. Instead, we want to have high moisture plants with low oil content, and that would be things such as succulents, buckwheat, yarrow, lilac, depending where you are in the county. We also want to look at mulch. So using non-combustible mulches like rock instead of wood. I really love wood mulch, so it's a hard compromise for me to make as well. And where do you store your combustibles? I often see firewood stored on porches, which is a terrible idea. We want to keep firewood as far away from the home as possible. Same with the fuel that you're using for your lawnmower. Where is that stored? We want to keep it away from any structures if possible. And with that, we want to talk about decks and fences, right? In our tight urban areas, those are probably our most combustible or vulnerable elements around the home immediately. Very often we see wood used for these, and if we can go to more durable or hardwoods, or woods that have a high silica content, like ipe or teak, they're going to be more fire resistant. Ipe is its own whole conversation we won't go into now, but it is a fire resistant product. The other thing is that we can do some chemical treatments for wood, but that can be a little bit scary as well, because if they are exposed to fire, they can off-gas. In some cases, they even use arsenic to treat wood to make it more fire resistant. There's some paints that are available now that are claiming to be more fire resistant. They actually get hot and swell up and create kind of an insulated layer for the wood as well. So these are all strategies that we can employ to help make our fences and decks more durable. And also you can just look at not building out of wood. So we can use cementitious materials, we can use brick, we can use metal. These are all available to us as we get creative in our architectural approaches. Next, I want to talk about home hardening. So this is where you're going to get into maybe CAL FIRE required WUI. I don't know if you've all heard WUI, wildland urban interface. That's more applicable to our vulnerable areas outside of the immediate urban area here. But we can still, if we're doing retrofits or new builds, we can still incorporate some of these concepts. So things like Class A fire assemblies, there's a lot of products out there. I won't get into the nitty-gritty, but if you are building or doing a retrofit of something substantial, then we're going to want to make sure that you're looking at these fire-resistant products. Windows. Using tempered glass is actually a really effective way to help prevent or keep your home safe in a fire, because it's treated glass that can resist a lot higher heat temperatures. So, and then e-vents. E-vents are a very common way that we ventilate our attic, right? We have this convective flow. E-vents are highly vulnerable because that convection that's happening in the attic, it's actually pulling in air from below, and the embers are often just impregnated in that air that's getting sucked up into your attic. So replacing e-vents with fire-resistant product is a really effective way to, if you're going to do something small, but still increase your fire resistance. That's a really great strategy. So Vulcan vents is kind of the main product on the market for that. One other thing is exterior fire sprinklers. I'm seeing this, it's been around for a long time. There's many companies out there that do it. You can do it in new construction or retrofit. And it's kind of fascinating because it uses ammonium phosphate, which is the same stuff that the airplanes drop with the pink in it. And so it's actually water mixed with this product that helps really keep your home safe in the case of a fire. So making everything less fire resistant. Excuse me, less fire vulnerable. So the last thing I'd say is that interior home protection is key too. We don't want to be the cause of the neighborhood fire. So looking at keeping your smoke detectors, check them often, make sure they have effective batteries in them. Fire extinguishers, I don't know how many homes that I know of that don't have fire extinguishers or that haven't been serviced in the last year. So that's a really effective way that we can improve our ability to be fire safe. Clean that dryer vent out, keep a go bag, have an evacuation plan. Really, at the end of the day, there's so much to talk about on this topic, but hopefully I've piqued your interest to go and do a little bit more research and see what you can do at home to make your home more fire safe. Thank you.